Namaskaram. Welcome to Meditation Magic. To begin with, my humble salutations to Pitamaha Patriji, Swarnamala Patriji, to all the viewer gods and to the participant gods. Today, we are here to continue our discussion on meditation and conscious living. Yesterday, we stopped at judgments and opinions. We should use our judgments and opinions to the extent that it shouldn't disturb our emotions and our state of existence. We should be understanding what is balanced judgments and opinions and what is going beyond the threshold. Like in relationships, we shouldn't hold on to the opinions. Opinions disturb our mind, or you can hold on to the opinions that will keep you peaceful. So you should always continuously keep on watching on your judgments and opinions and hold on to those which will keep you in peace and restful state. So today we will continue with expectations and responsibility. What is this responsibility? Yesterday we discussed we are continuously, depending upon the situations, we are the internal state is going up and down. Because of the situation, I get disturbed. Because of some people, I get disturbed. So what does this mean? Means I am not responsible enough for my own state of mind. So we need to take care of this. We should become responsible for our state of mind and the emotional state. Then there is a balance in the life. So to become that, we need to understand what is the existence, the truth of existence, and the nature of our life. So at our core, we can be free of mind. Like, because we are the gods, the God doesn't expect anything from the situation as it is. What is the nature of God? It is unconditional love, continuous bliss, everything, right? So we understand that we are gods. How do we understand that we are gods? Through meditation, through contemplation, through introspection. That we understand that this body is coming from for a temporary period of time. This body is not permanent. And I see this body as a vehicle I am using. When this body is a vehicle I am using, so instead of being continuously identified with the body, if we can identify with the God consciousness, then we can be free from our judgments, opinions, expectations, and we can be more responsible about our state of mind. When we are irresponsible, it means we expect joy from our life, situations, spouse, family, and friends. So now it's on us to find our own worth, joy, and purpose in life and become responsible for myself. Experts and your own experience by this time is saying that life is nothing but a set of transactions, right? Yesterday, if you hurt somebody, they will catch hold of you today and they will hurt you. Yesterday, if you shared something with other people, you are very kind enough. Today, they will be kind enough and you will receive more kindness. So it's like cause and effect relationship, right? Instead of comparing to past life, this, that, and various philosophies and theories. So means if you cook properly, you will get a dish that is good. If you cook irresponsibly, then the dish is spoiled. So sometimes, luckily, though you are irresponsible, the cooking may be tasty also, but it's like probability, right? So instead of living our life in probability, we can live taking complete responsibility. Nothing is unconditional in this physical world. Each of us exists in different state of mind. Why in this physical world we cannot have unconditional love? Because a man is limited by his physical energies. The time, he has only 24 hours to finish his project, to finish his work, right? We are limited by time, energies, and money, the resources. So since we are limited by resources, time, and energies, we cannot be unconditional. Supposing I get 100 guests to my house right now, and only for breakfast can I cook alone for 100 people. So I need to ask for help. So with combined effect, with shared energies, we can accomplish, right? So that time you can't rely on your own self. That is unconditionally you can't give. You should ask for help and be willing to give help. So the thing is, yet we can is, and also you have to do some important project in the office, and that time you cannot be unconditional, right? You cannot treat everybody the same without his knowing his capabilities and all. You perfectly study their capabilities and assign your work depending upon their expertise. Then at that time, how can you say the transaction is unconditional? You expect that person who is fitting into the expertise required will finish your project as expected, right? The client has the right to expect, right? So the physical world runs on expectations. So but unknowingly we end up in stress or depression in relationships because we don't understand this unconditional and conditional existence in this life. Once you properly understand that there is nothing called as unconditional in this physical world, then we will behave in a slightly different way. We will give other person the space to do mistakes and the space to be themselves. You don't start expecting the other person to behave according to you. You balance your expectations. When it comes to office work, practical things, there you'll have certain expectations. But when it comes to relationships, these things doesn't matter. There is no physical result expected. At that places, you let go of your expectations and you take responsibility for your state of mind. So replace expectation with appreciations. In relationships, instead of expecting, try to see what is the best quality in that person. Whatever it may be, try to see one smallest appreciation for that person and be joyful for that. Have gratitude for that. And whatever happens in this world follows the principles of cause and effect, right? So everyone is trying to find joy following their own paths. Everybody's paths are different by now, you have understood. So we should stop finding faults in the others, accept everyone as they are. My joy is independent of situations and people. When can I say my joy is independent of situations and people? When I am grounded in that God consciousness state. I understand that the joy is hidden within me. I am a fountain of joy. So I can stay in my natural state itself, free of expectations, opinions, judgments. So I will tell you a wonderful story to understand this cause and effect in a better way. Uh, I would like to use the very powerful character from Mahabharata, Bhishma. So Bhishma has one uh, boon of seeing his 1,000 past lives. He can retrace his memory back to 1,000 lifetimes. So this is the period where the war is happening. At that time, what's happening is Arjuna has shot so many arrows at Bhishma, and now Bhishma is lying on the bed of arrows. It's very torturous, right? But he has a boon of dying at the time he decides. He can leave the body when he wants to. He can vacate the body at his will. So he doesn't want to vacate for some time. He wants to see the result of the war and then vacate the body. So at that time, when Krishna goes to meet him one day, at that time, Bhishma asks Krishna, saying that now I'm lying on this bed of arrows. It's very painful. And as you know, I can see my 1,000 past lifetimes, but I don't see anything that I did in the 1,000 past lives to deserve this torture in this life. You know what Krishna says? This result of having to sleep on the bed of arrows is a result of action which you did before 1,000 lifetimes. And he reminds Bhishma of that incident. So in that life, Bhishma is a prince, very powerful prince. He has a charioteer, and he is going along with this charioteer passing the forest. When they are passing the forest, suddenly the charioteer stops the chariot at some spot. Then Bhishma asks the charioteer, "Why did you stop?" Then the charioteer says, "There's a huge snake passing by and it is taking some time to cross the path." Then Bhishma doesn't want to wait till that huge snake passes. He immediately instructs the charioteer to throw that snake away. At that time, what happens? The charioteer gets down and holds the snake by his tail and swings it far across into the forest. At that time, this snake goes and falls on thorns. So that snake dies of pain caused by the pricking of the thorns. So this lying on the bed of arrows is a result of the indirect action you did before 1,000 lives. So we should understand from this cause and effect relationship, we see that whatever happens in our life has got the roots in our own thought process. Our own thoughts are responsible for our actions, right? He wanted to move early. He couldn't wait for the snake to pass. He thought, I will move ahead by throwing the snake away, right? So that thought results in the action of the snake dying, and as a result of that, he is now facing the consequence. So we should now hold on to whatever is happening in our life. With this knowledge, we bypass our stress, hurt, resentment. Why are we hurt now? Why are we holding on to resentment now? Because now we think they did that to me. Now by this, what we understand by this story, that I get what I deserve. So with note, paper and pen, you should keep on writing to that and overcome your hurts and resentments. Like this, we work on purification of our past deeds. So by practicing presence of mind now, we cleanse the mind so that the mind is not continuously creating thoughts which generate anything. If it is a directed thought, it is beneficial. But the mind is functioning on its own self. Either it rests in the past or it rests in the future. It is never resting in the present moment. The mind is being continuously lost and it is not relaxing in the present moment. We see the present moment as an enemy sometimes. If we are in the present moment, then we are not comfortably accepting the present moment. We have so many complaints in the present moment. How do we resolve our complaints in the present moment? We have complaints in the present moment because there is some continuous knowledge going on in the mind, right? So sometimes when the mind can stay empty, for example, in the house right now, I don't have any big responsibilities of the project work completing, or somebody is waiting on my job being completed, right? Just right now I'm relaxing, so I can relax in this moment. I need not use my calculations, right? So we will practice one practical way right now for 2 to 3 minutes, trying to be only in this moment. Even now, when you are sitting in front of me right now, listening to me, you don't have anything right now in this moment that is going to stress you, right? So you can try this practical tip of keeping the mind deliberately at rest. How do you keep the mind deliberately at rest? You ask your mind to right now be empty of all the knowledge accumulated. From the accumulated knowledge itself, we say, right? Oh, how can this person do like this? How can that person dress up like this? How can this person be like this? So because of our own knowledge, right? So for few seconds, we are trying to be free of our knowledge. There is nothing needed in this moment. Just only awareness of the moment is required. When the mind is totally relaxed, that state of mind is called as being aware. So visualize yourself to be cleansing the heart and mind and becoming totally empty. Just keep your eyes open for a few moments and then watch your inner with awareness. Watch your mind and send an instruction to your mind to be empty of all the knowledge. Let it just stay in pure light or in just nothingness. Shunya, we say, right? Darkness or anything. So practice being empty now. Practice being empty is practice total awareness on the mind. I will just stay silent for 1 minute. You need to practice awareness on the mind. Just keep watching on the mind. That's it. Instruct the mind to be empty. Empty. Empty the mind. Empty the mind. Keep watching the mind with joy. Try to smile. Watch the mind. Keep watching. Just keep watching. Keep watching. Empty the mind. That's it. You can see the mind now. You should practice like this, keeping deliberately empty. Like that, you practice awareness. Similarly, you can increase your consciousness by practicing continuous awareness in the moment. So, one more concept that creates restlessness in the mind is, supposing when you are doing some project work and somebody finds so many errors in it, suddenly we get disturbed, right? Imagine somebody is this project, you didn't execute the project. You suddenly understand that the project which is being so much critical, and somebody is complaining on that, you suddenly realize that project is not your project, it belongs to somebody else. At that time you'll be suddenly relieved that you didn't do that project, right? So what's happening? It's not the screwed up project which is causing you disturbance. It is, there are so many projects screwed up in the world. Those projects we are not bothered. That project which you did, which you are responsible for, that creates the disturbance in that mind. So what is that? We call the sense of doership. Supposing there are certain dishes on the dining table and somebody is telling this dish is not good, not good, not good continuously, then we understand that if that dish is cooked by me, then I feel bad. If the dish is cooked by somebody else and the others have problem with that dish, then I'm relaxed, right? Only if I have cooked that dish and nobody is liking that dish makes me sad. So doership is disturbing the mind. So the famous Bhagavad Gita shloka, karmanyeva adhikarasya ma phaleshu kadachana, means you have the right to perform your actions, but you are not entitled to the fruits of actions. Once you are done with the cooking, if you can maintain that, no, I didn't do that, it is fine. Then I'll not get disturbed, right? If somebody is complaining on that. So this satsang is purely to encourage all to understand that all can live a blissful life only through focused awareness. If somebody is hurting me, then I understand that, oh, okay, they have problem with Bharati. They don't have problem with me because I am God in this body. Okay, some mistakes keep happening with the body and I will rectify it slowly. But I need not create hurt or hold on to any resentment. So the practice tip for today is, visualize that you are removing the impurities present in the heart and mind and practice awareness continuously. So let us practice the Anapanasati meditation with beautiful music, with bliss in the heart, smile on the face, and loving kindness in the eyes. Slowly focus your awareness on the breath. Deep inhalation and exhale. Let the breath happen normally and you just watch your breath. As the inhalation and exhalation happen naturally, with bliss in the heart, smile on your face, keep continuous awareness. Let's share some divine thoughts. May all beings be peaceful, be joyful, be healthy, and be liberated. All beings of the universe be joyful and healthy and be liberated. All beings of the universe be joyful, be healthy, and be liberated and be liberated. You keep on going. Sarve santu nikha. Sarve Ramakrishna. Ma kashta dukha bhagava. Loka samasta sukhino. Loka samasta sukhino. Loka samasta sukhino. Slowly rub your hand. Gently place them on your eyes. Smile. Come to the present moment. For participating and sharing your energy. So if you have something to say, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie.
Thank you.
So we will continue in the next session.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for participating.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.